Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one, and we're back with the Vintage Collection Quick Shot Series 71 Mawhonic. This is episode 71 of the series. So here we are, we're back, let's just get straight into it. And this is Mawhonic, this is the first Attack of the oh my god, come on man, get it together. This is the first Phantom Menace card back to appear in the Vintage Collection. And what a great card back it is, dare I say. And I have him loose. There he is. Dare I say, this is one of my favourite pod racers. I love Sebulba and everything, but this guy is awesome. I love this species. This is Mawhonic, and the same species as the infamous, or very well known, Reese, who I've just been talking about him in a previous video. And this is the card back. And in the extended cut of Phantom Menace, this guy gets a little segment to himself. He sort of waves to the crowd. And if you remember what Qui-Gon Jinn says, you know, there's Podracing on Menace, very fast, very dangerous. I do believe this species comes from Menace. If you know the name of the species, drop it in the comments below. But look at him, there he is. And as I'm going to show you later, this guy spends a lot more time nowadays on my barge. I figured that Jabba the Hutt, you know, who loved pod racing, might have even become friends with some of the famous pod racers, so he's on the barge, and I'll show you that later, so stay tuned for that. But he works on the barge because of his species, and I suppose because of Reese. And what I've done is, because he's on the barge, the accessory, there's a little like a smuggling compartment on the barge where I've put his gun. So he's got a gun in the background there. It's quite huge for a pod racer, quite aggressive sort of gun. But anyway, so I was in there and I was looking at it, and I thought, where the hell is the gun? Have I left it in my figures box? I could have sworn I'd put it. Any figure I've got displayed on my barge now, I've put there, you know, because I don't want him wandering around the barge with a gun, you know. He's just supposed to be there socialising. And even, yeah, on Dryden Voss's yacht, chuck your weapons. So they wouldn't be wandering around with firearms, would they? But anyway, so I looked in the smuggling hatch, and I've got loads of guns and lightsabers and God knows what else in there. And this is the only thing that... But look at it, check it out, it's black. So this is interesting, I've never known it before, but are there alternative guns for this release of figure? That's definitely black. And there's no other ones. There was this rifle here. I can't figure out who that belongs to. If anyone can identify this rifle there. It's got kind of a silver strap, and there's brown touch-ups there. I can't remember who it is. It might even be Bosk, I don't know, or somebody, I'm not sure. But this is it. But check it out. If you look in the package, if you look in the packaging, you'll see that it's the same gun, isn't it? Maybe they packed some that were silver and some were black. I've started to film this video without doing research, even including the name of this guy, the species. I'm really sorry. But also, I, you know, potentially could have had a look on Jedi Business or Rebel Scum. They tell you all sorts. But if anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But really, I just want to talk to you about the card back. So this is awesome, and as you can see, it's the UK release. I never used to really care about that kind of thing before. I used to just get what I could on eBay, but now I pay close attention. Look at that, unpunched as well. I pay close attention to what's what. In the UK or European, all you get is that +4 thing. They've covered it up, the safety bump, because you don't need it there because they've put it here. But please note that the safety leaflets were were better folded back then. That one's kind of gone into the trench a bit, but now they're kind of, some of them are really long and flimsy, and even some of them, they're behind the figure, like on the new retro collection, which is rubbish. I'm going to look at him loose in a moment, stay with me. First, I'm really sorry to show you that the back of this card has one of the god-awful stickers on. You can take them off. You've got to be very careful, they're very slow. But I think the only image you get on the back is, it says Mawhonic, because he's never been released. You get that image again, I think, in a kind of like that kind of shaped box, and it says, you know, Mawhonic 2000. It'll say Mawhonic 1999. I think, I don't know. They might have done away with it by then. So let's have a look at him loose. And as I said, he's not got a weapon on him. I just want you to have a good look at I love this figure. I love this species, and I love having him on my barge. Awesome, and I would love to get a Reese. I'm on the cusp of maybe getting one loose, you know, if I can find another Jabba's Palace set, I'll open him up. There he is. Awesome. And the reason, whenever I mention him, I say Mawhonic, is because that's how they announce him in the Phantom Menace. I think it's Greg Proops who does the announcement. He looks a little bit like Buddy Holly. Is it Greg Proops or Troops? He's a comedian and he's on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Or he was in the UK. But yeah, I do like him a lot. But that brings me on to other pod racers. You can get Rats Tyrell in this line. You can get that Ben Quadraneros, who's a weird looking character. Don't have him loose anyway. But also, what the hell are they playing out? Did they not think about doing Sebulba? Imagine how good Sebulba's the man. He is the pod racer. But this guy looks pretty cool. And I've forgotten what his pod looks like now. But anyway, that's all I really want to say, but I'm not finished yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to show you what he looks like, where I display him. On the Katana sail barge. Join me for that now. Boom. Hello there, and just to finish this video out, I thought I'd show you where I keep Mawhonic displayed nowadays, and it's on the barge. It's quite ironic really, because he seems to work so well on there. Probably something to do with reuse, because reuse is the same species as Mawhonic. But Mawhonic is of course a pod racer, and if you are new to my channel and unfamiliar with my setup here, if you weren't already aware, I do own a barge. I'm very lucky to have one of these. I consider myself very lucky, and I don't take it for granted one bit. But anyway, I've gone for a pre-Return of the Jedi setup. Like, I'm talking a considerable amount of years really, because I've got old casts of characters, like that's his old interpreter, that isn't 3PO. And you know, basically the thing about Jabba's entourage is he's got his informers, his spies, his bounty hunters, his trackers, his smugglers. I've got some Imperial entourage in the back there, you know, his droids. But you know, most important of all, I figured that because Jabba the Hutt loves pod racing, that you know, this guy just cruises, man. He's a criminal on the move on Tatooine, and why wouldn't he invite a few pod racers down? It's just one of his favourite sports, and these guys are celebrities to him. So they're part of the entourage. Why not? Why not? He makes money out of these guys probably. He's got his favourites, he's got his winners or whatever. But anyway, so what I used to have was Mawhonic sort of just facing Sebulba, just talking, because everyone's just hanging out there, but they were just having a little conversation. But then I put the droid on and he was just on his own. So now what I've just sort of changed everything. I've now got Mawhonic looking back. He's got obviously a drink in his hand, that comes from the R2-D2 that thing there. But anyway, he's now turning and facing the droid, so they're all kind of there, so nobody's left out. They're all kind of in a little group there. The reason I wanted another astromech was obviously, as I said, I was going for a pre-Return of the Jedi setup here. So the only astromech I had that was an R2 unit was R2-D2. So I just needed another one. This guy was from the 4-pack, the Solo Build-A-Droid 4-pack that I reviewed recently. And he's a little bit left out. He wasn't necessarily mine or other people's favourites because he wasn't weathered. The other ones look really good, but he does look nice. So as I say, you can't put one of these racks here on top of an R5 unit. It just doesn't fit. So I needed a dome head like the R2 and the R4 unit. So this guy just fitted in really nicely, and I do like the orange finish to him. It goes with the gold. As I say, I recycled that and took it off the R2-D2 from the Return of the Jedi sail barge R2. And there you go, and that's it there. So I'm really happy with him on there. But I basically just wanted to show you now Mawhonic, and this is where I display him nowadays. He's a lovely looking figure, great character, and as I say, subconsciously maybe because of reuse, that species fits in so nicely with this surrounding. So there you are. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed that video and another look at the barge. I'll give you another look at this in more detail another time, but for now, this has been Only One Kenobi. Only one.